Hi, everyone. I'm not sure if we're live yet, but in case we are,
We are.
I'm checking. Awesome.
Nope, wait a second. Nope, I don't.
Yeah,
Maybe we're
we
not.
are. I just need to get situated over here.
I don't see us on here yet. Are we on?
We are.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Happy
Um,
Wednesday. I'm
okay.
super excited to be here.
Yeah. Okay. I'm all situated. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Hi, Gloria. So we are super excited to be here. I'm Amy Starr Allen. I'm here with beautiful Linda Leland, and we are, as many of you know, we are the co-founders of And Then She Shines. And we're super excited to be, we've been building this Facebook group, and we just started it not that long ago, and it's growing quickly. We're, really excited to have some of the most amazing women on the planet all in one place under one roof inside of this forum. And we're going to be doing lots of really cool stuff in here, just really, anything that is going to help us to live fully self-expressed lives and operate from a place of empowerment and authenticity. And so we, starting tonight, are going to be doing these live forum live sessions, and it's going to be every Wednesday night. So mark your calendar. This is a place that you're going to want to come hang out on Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be coming here. We're going to have a different topic each time that we're going to cover, and we're going to do kind of a live session. Sometimes it'll be more of a training style. Other times it'll be more of a sharing style conversation. It's going to be a live session every week on Wednesday night. It's going to be some really awesome conversations, a great way for you to make friends. Right here in the comment stream, you can chat with each other, and it's just going to be a good time all the way around. So, all right, hold on a second, Linda. I think I'm having... Okay, now I'm good. Okay, so we just want to let you know, get excited, mark your calendars, clear your Wednesday nights so that you can be here with us live. If you can't make it live, we will leave the recording. We'll stay up here in this Facebook group so you can come back and watch the replay. It just won't be as much fun because you won't be able to chat live. And, you can always also ask questions when we're live as well. So just know that when you come live, if you have a question, or maybe you'll see that we're going to be talking about a certain topic and you have questions already that you know about when you come to the live on that topic. So bring your questions. This is totally, this is a conversation. We want it to want to have lots of engagement and get your questions answered and have everybody be able to communicate with each other. So welcome, and thank you for being here for our first one ever. Yay!
Yay!
And we have a ton of new members. Like, we literally, I think we have, I didn't even get a chance to welcome them all. And I think I welcomed 70 something earlier. And then we have another 50 something that have come in since I welcomed the other side. The people are just pouring in here. Thank you to everybody that's sharing this with the women in your life that you love, because the best way for us to have the ripple effect that we're here to have in the world is by everybody just, inviting the people that you love to come join us. I mean, even if everybody just invited one person to come join us, our group would double in size. I mean, it's pretty awesome. So before we get into tonight's topic, Linda, did you have anything you wanted to add to anything?
No, just welcome. And this is a dream that we've had for a really long time. And just to have you all here is what our dream was, is what our dream is. So just welcome. And I'm so happy that we're going to do these live forum discussions on Wednesday nights. This is the first one. We're just jumping right in, and just really happy to have everybody here. And even you, if you're watching it later, welcome. Your presence is so important to us and this whole mission.
Oh my God. Can you still see me?
I can see you, but you're frozen.
Am
Oh, you're back.
I am?
Yep.
All right, let's see if I can get my back on my end. Okay, there we go. Woo! Um,
Gotta love technology. There's no
um,
perfection around here.
yeah. Shoot. All right, I guess it's working. It's a little bit funky on my end, but it's cool. Okay, so our topic tonight is there are no rules. And this is it's an exciting topic. We thought that this would be an appropriate topic for tonight because Linda and I have both kind of just been through the ringer, especially in the last few days. We're going to talk about that. But it's the fact that there are no rules is like something that I've been living by. It's just like a way of life that I've been living by for quite a while. And I'm constantly needing to remind myself of that. And I know that, I know that I get to make up the rules in my life and that we all do. And I've been kind of a rule breaker for a lot of my life. When I was younger, I used to get in trouble because I would make up my own rules or whatever. But, as a responsible adult, the kind of rules that I'm talking about are really just like, the rules that I still don't follow are things like, we're raised in a society, at least the way that I was taught growing up, is that, you're supposed to, get good grades in school so that you can go to get a good job, you get into a good college and then get a good job and go to work for somebody else and, to spend the next however many years paying off your student loans. Like that was the model. And I followed the model because my parents, that's what they wanted me to do. And I never agreed with the model. Like I got my college degree and then I moved from Miami to San Diego and became a bartender. And I bartended for 15 years with my college degree. Like I never wanted to sit in an office for the thing that I got the college degree for. So I've never really felt like I wanted to be in the box that was created or whatever. So I've always kind of felt like I'm going to walk to the beat of my own drum. I'm going to make my own rules kind of thing. And the older I get, the more I see the importance of this and the more I become passionate about helping other people live this way. So it is like a philosophy that I have. It's something that a way of life for me, but sometimes I forget. Right. And, so really what we want to share with you tonight is kind of this experience that we both have had over the last really couple weeks. And I know for Linda that she's been in the thick of it in the last few days leading up to this. Things got pretty messy and sticky and ugly, and because we both forgot. So I guess I'll just kind of talk a little bit about like the background of what we're going to talk about, and then I'll pass it over to you, Linda. But when we started this company, I've been an internet marketer for 15 years. I've been studying internet marketing and I've been helping other businesses with their marketing. And I know how to do all the stuff, all the things, all the, how to build stuff that people, generally use for marketing businesses. And there are a lot of quote unquote gurus on the internet that teach certain ways to do things. And even for the last at least 6 months, maybe longer, I've been starting to feel like less attracted to like the formulas and stuff that are taught and that a lot of people use, and just feeling like just not, it's what I know how to do it, but I was feeling very uninspired. We launched this company and there was all the stuff that needed to be built and done. And, I went into like machine mode doing this stuff that I know how to do. And I got to the point of like just having this huge realization, like I don't want to do it this way. Do I have to do it this way? And then I remembered, well, no, I don't. And this was like I mean, I'm making it sound like it was no big deal. I had like almost had a nervous breakdown. Like I got to the point where like I said to Linda, like I'm taking a mental health day. Like I'm just not feeling like in alignment right now, and I need to check out. And checking out is not very easy right now for me. It's not very easy for me anyway. But when I feel like there's a lot to do or whatever, I always feel guilty taking any downtime. But when I did that, what happened was I had an aha moment where I really saw I like had a download from the universe, otherwise known as like inspiration or divine guidance or whatever you want to call it, um, where I saw another way that was completely different than the way that we had been doing it. And I couldn't wait to share it with Linda. And that morning I was walking on the beach and I was listening to a podcast, and just so happened that the woman that was listening to was interviewing another woman that was talking about like a similar idea to what I had just had about the way that I want to go about this. All the details of all of it are not, they're not important here. I'm just trying to give you like the general idea. In any case, this woman said, like I went and I like checked her out. Turns out she was going to be doing a training about this, something similar to like the idea that I had. And so Linda and I got on this training and we both started just feeling completely like overwhelmed and like, again, just really feeling like, I don't want to do it. This isn't what I meant. This isn't, and really had to step back and remember, like, this isn't like, she might be a multimillionaire, whatever, that really knows what she's doing. She does really know what she's doing. It doesn't mean that we have to do it that way. No matter who's doing anything, it doesn't mean that we have to do it that way or you have to do it that way. No, and so just to really remember that, and to unfortunately, Linda and I both had to get to the point where we were just so I'm not going to put words in Linda's mouth, but for me, just feeling like overwhelmed, uninspired, robotic, like I just kind of lost my creative energy. And anyway, just recently coming back into it, realizing like when I remember that there are no rules, all of that goes away because I get to just do what I'm inspired to do every day when I wake up. I get to choose what I want to do each day and how I want to walk my walk and how I want to get my message out there in a way that is authentic for me. And that's, the other piece of this is whenever anybody's like watching anybody teaching anything on any topic, in this case, we're talking about, internet stuff and marketing and that kind of stuff. But I mean, it can be weight loss. It can be any type of personal development, no matter what. When somebody's teaching something, we're all in different places. We're all in like a different stage. Like my business and my vision is different than this woman who's teaching this training. And what she's teaching really works for what she's doing, but it doesn't mean that it's going to work for myself or me and Linda. And then she shines because we're doing something different. And so we really just saw that like putting ourselves in a box is not serving us. It's not serving you. It's not serving the people that we haven't even met yet, because how can we be fully self-expressed if we are feeling like we have to follow somebody else's formula or even, idea about the way things need to go. So anyway, Linda, I'm going to pass it over to you to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amy. So the way this turned around for us and for me, I think I don't think I always knew I was here to do big things. I always had this knowing, and not fame or anything, but I always knew that I had this purpose. We all do. I'm not any different or any more special than anybody else, but I always knew that I had to do something. And and then she shines. Every single thing I've done in my life, everything that's happened, every success or failure, every trauma, every lesson, every job, everything I felt like has led me to this point. The whole universe showed me it's time, step out. And I was given this beautiful partner, this perfect partner for me. Amy and I are so much alike and so different in the perfect ways that we need to be to do what we're here to do. So, I've always taught, as some of you who know me, I've always taught in the field of nutrition. I've always helped people heal their relationships with food. I've been the food lady and the body image person to help the body image. But what I really learned there was the thing that's really limiting, the common thread that we all have as women that's holding us back is our guilt and our shame and our false ideas about what make us worthy. Now, we could come on and talk about finances, and we could get down to that same core stuff that's blocking us. We could be talking about food. We could be talking about launching your own business and what's stopping you. There's so many topics here for us. But I knew after doing this work and coming here that there was this common thread in all women, that we need like a brand new awareness of who we are and new skills that we have not been taught to help us to get there. Women are amazing in so many ways. And I'm not saying that we're better than men or there's any competition here. I just think women bring everything full circle. We feel, we make other people feel. We do so much. We have so many gifts, and we've just played small. We've played small for a long time. We've been taught to be small through the ages. Yes, we have. We've been oppressed. But when I work with women and what Amy and I are doing here, we've really found that the thing that oppresses us most on a day-to-day basis are these beliefs and these thoughts that we have about ourselves that aren't even true. Like once we just take a look at them, just like a scientist on an experiment with our lives, take a look at the thoughts that make us do the same old things day after day that we don't want to do, and that keep us from expressing ourselves and our authenticity. So many of us are on the spiritual path. We pray. Spirituality is amazing, but to be just true on spirituality is to be authentic. If you are not being authentic, you are not really living a spiritual life, because each one of us is God's artwork. Each one of us is a brilliant part of this huge fabric of humanity, and we need to step into that. So anyway, I go off a little bit. So we wanted to bring women together in a big way, in a whole new way. And in an effort to do this and to do it in the best way that we could, I lost the mission somewhere. I lost the mission. There were so many people out there that I latched onto to teach you how to do it, how to reach more people, how to, all the courses that I've taken. I got so hooked by what everybody else was doing. And I was worried about what other people were thinking about me. I was comparing myself to others, which is the greatest form of self-abuse. I was trying to please everybody. It wasn't even anybody, it was everybody in my head. And it seemed the most judgmental people I know were the loudest in my head. And for some reason, they took up real estate in me before I did what I was trying to do. I don't want to be here to make friends necessarily, or to be liked, or to see how many likes I get on a post. Or, I had teachers telling me, just how to dress when I went live on camera, how to stand, how to use lighting. Don't always use powder. Don't ever let anyone think you're sweaty. Don't teach anything unless at least 300 people are there to watch. It made me crazy. And I was trying to keep up with all this. We were trying to do the best we could for women in this world, but we weren't following our own guidance. We're not doing anything like other people do it. We're just not. And it not only did it dull the whole mission, I forgot the mission. I forgot, like Amy reminded me today, she is a brilliant teacher, and I cannot wait for you guys to learn from her more. I forgot to celebrate every one of you, and we forgot to celebrate every little part in this huge project, in this major league important business and mission that we're building. And every one of you is supposed to be celebrated. We're here to raise each other up. We're here to empower each other. I am here to love you. Amy is here to love you. We forgot. We started getting so caught up in the numbers game that people were telling us we had to have. Their system, you need this many emails.
The to-do list.
To-do list. I ended up just this past Monday trying to put together this last project. Well, Amy was telling you we signed on to this other guru that was going to tell us how to reach as many people as possible. I was so stuck. It was kind of dark. I was so not in it. And I was like, well, maybe a little geographical cure. I'm like, I'm getting out of here. I'm leaving my office. I'm going to go sit at a coffee shop. Lots of life there. I'll be really inspired. I wasn't inspired to do any of it. And this beautiful one right here came in to remind me and to remind us both, because it is no coincidence we both had the same kind of breakdown. We were both completely off the path at the same time. We made the decision to do things completely based on love, on giving us and giving the women of this world what is needed at the time, what is asked for, to be generous. We want connection above all else. We don't want to have these sort of like evergreen, watch this video, buy my program. None of that's working for us. We want connection. We want to cultivate the power and like this worldwide transformation that comes from raw honesty, from us just being authentic. We're going to show up the way we want to show up. And we want to gather a group of people who commit to holding each other to the mark, holding each other to our greatness. That's all everything else will figure itself out. We're here for each other. We're here for our daughters. We're here for the world. There's so much untapped power and worthiness in every single one of us. And there's nothing else to wait for. So often we're waiting for something to change. We're waiting for our bodies to change, our finances to change, our relationship to change. We can change. We have the power to be happy and to know our worth. And we know our worth by unblocking the things that aren't true about us. Our worth is already there. It comes forward. We don't have to study to be worthy. We don't have to, it's not an outside job. We have to unblock the thoughts and beliefs about ourselves that we have held on to. We were taught by others, but we have held on to them. Now it's our responsibility as mature, bomb-ass women to get rid of them. And that's what Amy and I came here to do. And I was so discouraged because I forgot. And I even said to Amy, if this is what it means to be successful at this mission, I don't want to be successful. It's not for me. And I just didn't know how to do what we wanted to do in keeping with these other rules that everyone was telling us we had to do. And I'm telling you, I feel like this whole mission, this whole business, me personally, and Amy and I together as a unit have opened up and come into a whole new freedom to be way showers and in every way, not just in our content, but in the way we bring our content to you guys. And it's scary. It's scary. We have those voices of doubt that say, you don't know what you're doing. Like you have to follow the people who have been there, who have done it before you. And what if people don't like you, or what if you do freeze up in the middle of a talk because you want to be completely inspired and not go off of someone else's script template? I would so rather come out here and be inspirational and be loving and open up this conversation and freeze and look like a complete fool that I would feel horrible if I ever look back and said, I just didn't show up for them. I didn't. How could I ask them to show up? So anyway, I've gone on and on, but there were some dark days, but I'm telling you, everything, it's so obvious that this was a gift. We totally needed to, there's growing pains in every relationship. There's growing pains in business. And, sometimes we think of them as financial or just learning curves, but there was some big inner work that we had to get dragged through, just like we all do. We really have to kind of get beaten on the head for a while. We have to learn who we're not before we really know who we are. So we had to learn who, and then She Shines was not, before we could really come in to know who we are.
Yeah. And you know how they say how the universe or God or whatever you believe will tap you on the shoulder. And if you don't pay attention, then you get hit over the head with the 2x4. It was interesting because we were both getting hit over the head with a 2x4 at the same exact time. Like the day Linda was at a coffee shop and I was at a coffee shop, and we didn't even know that. She was melting down and I was melting down in coffee shops. And I don't usually work at coffee shops. I was at a coffee shop because I had to take my daughter to camp, and it didn't make sense for me to, she was at a 3-hour camp and I couldn't drive. It was like an hour away. So to drive there, drive back, so I'm working at a coffee shop. And then Linda sends me a message saying I'm at a coffee shop, and she sent me this whole, was telling me how, or maybe we talk on Voxer a lot, which is like a walkie-talkie app. So we can talk like real time, like on a walkie-talkie, and we were both in the same exact place. And I felt like she was like hitting the rock bottom, and I felt like I had just kind of turned the corner. Like I just hit the rock bottom and was like, enough is enough. I'm not effing doing this way anymore. Like, just like what she said, like, if this is what it takes, I don't even want to do it. And the thing is, like, I've done it, like the things we were trying to do, like I've done all of the stuff for so long. I know how to do it like the back of my hand, but it wasn't, I was like, but this is different. This is our baby. This isn't, this is, I feel like the message that I keep getting in my morning prayer, meditation, whatever, when I'm asking for help and guidance and stuff, is to just show up and be real. Like all that other stuff, like what Linda was talking about, like, well, here's the other thing. Like a lot of these methods with all of the automation and robotic like systems and stuff, they're awesome because they're automated, and and I think they're great for a lot of purposes. And we'll still use some of that stuff because it just makes sense. But it got to the point with technology that it was like, it's becoming like less and less likely that you're ever going to like have any kind of engagement with a human after a while. And like, neither one of us want to do things that way. Not to mention, we now have the ability to do stuff, to go live, to just show up and not script and not edit and just turn it on like we did tonight and just start having a conversation. None of this is scripted. None of this is planned. We had the topic we want to talk about based on the experience that we just had, and we're rolling with it. And this is where I love teaching from this place and building a business from this place and interacting with people from this place. None of that other stuff feels authentic to me. I've even been in situations where I was asked to be like the face of this program, and I was doing all like the videos, like training videos that led into like buying, for this company. And I had to use a teleprompter, and I don't like teleprompters. If you don't know what a teleprompter is, it's where you're like reading the words. And it was like, they had me write the script myself, so it would be my words, but I was like trying to read the words that I wrote off of a teleprompter. I'm like, I can't operate like this. It works better for me to just know like what, like have an intention for what I want to get across, and then just start talking. And I got away from that because I felt, I was taking all these notes about this way that it had to be. And I was just like, no. I can't do this like this. So anyway, when I saw that Linda and I were both in the same exact place at the same exact time. She's in New Hampshire, I'm in North Carolina, and we're in the same exact vibe. We're both getting this massive download from the universe at the same time, or massive 2x4 over the head at the same time. I mean, this shit is real when that happens. And so anyway, getting back to tonight's topic, there are no rules. I think this applies to every single one of us, and it doesn't matter, we're talking about business stuff for this example, but this applies to all areas of life. I mean, yeah, there are rules about like traffic, you have to obey like laws, and that's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about like rules about who you want to be, how you want to show up, and how you want to walk through life. You get to call the shots. You get to make the rules. We were laughing last night, Linda. I don't know if you know this, but Linda and I both love the show Queer Eye. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it, but season 5 just came out, and we've been waiting because me and Ava, we love that show. They go in and they like make over people, and they usually do
not just their physical self, but
yeah, they do. There's a wardrobe guy. There's a guy that does like personal development with them, and then they usually make over like a part of their community or their home. And like, anyway, each of these guys has a specialty. And the guy, Tam, that does the wardrobe, he was doing this woman, and she had an 80s mullet, and she was like this teacher at the school, and she was like stuck in the 80s and had been for years, and all the students loved her. Like she was just like, she basically lives at the school, but they just know her as this woman who's stuck in the 80s because that's been her identity for so long. So of course, Jonathan cut all her hair off, and I was crying, and my kids were like, Mom, it's just hair. I'm like, it's her identity. Like, it's like, I don't know if I could do it. But then like when Tam was like, I forget what he was saying to her about the clothes. I said to Ava, I'm like, I wonder what he would say to me, because I have never been in style. Like I have my own style, and I'm like scared of what he would say to me. She's like, well, you're not out of style. Like she's like wearing stuff that's like not in style anymore, that was in style. She's like, you just wear, I mean, I'm just like, I just wear sporty clothes. Like I'm never like stylish. I don't, whatever. I dress up or whatever. But it's interesting to what I'm saying is it's just interesting to notice where we feel guilty for feeling like we're supposed to do things a certain way because somewhere along the line we were told that, or society expects it of us or something, and it's all a bunch of bullshit, if you ask me.
I have the funniest thing to tell you.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm just trying to relate in other areas about the fact that there are no rules. And it's like, when you start to really live this way, you will start to notice where you have you feel like you have a need to follow some sort of rule. And then you can remind yourself that, oh no, I don't have to do that. I'm here to leave a legacy. I'm not here to be liked, like Linda said, or accepted for every single thing that I do, because I don't want to conform.
I love when you say that.
So what do you have to tell me?
People are saying, I was so thrilled that you two broke loose and are leading us. Gloria, thank you. We are too. This is so right on. Yes, I love Queer Eye, very heart opening. I can't see any more comments than that. But what I want to tell you, I can't believe you're talking about clothes, because you just reminded me what happened to me today. So I'm putting this dress on, right? And I usually wear it with Spanx. So I go and reach in my drawer and get the Spanx. I'm like, I cannot put those on. Like it felt exactly like everything that we had been going through with me trying to be this, what the society tells me I'm supposed to have, no bumps or no lumps. So I'm like, I am so done with Spanx, figuratively and literally. Like it's uncomfortable. Like it hurts. And it would just be, I would hurt myself so that other people would see me for who I'm not.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm throwing them in the trash. I'm never doing Spanx again. And I'm never doing Spanx in my life in any other way. I'm like, ripping off the Spanx, everybody. Get your Spanx, trash the Spanx.
I've
So I-
never had Spanx. Like,
good.
oh,
Don't ever
maybe
do
I
it.
should have considered that instead of.
Restricting and ridiculous. And it's just a good analogy and portrayal of what we all do to ourselves. So
Yeah, absolutely.
crazy
Yeah,
making.
yeah, that's a great example. Um, yeah, and I know I've said this to you before, but I sometimes, as much as I love Queer Eye, it like bothers me that, I mean, he's like a fashion guru and he makes people look great, but why does he get to tell them what they're supposed to wear? You know what I mean? So there's part of that that like kind of bothers me, I guess.
He
And she
does
did
kind
look
of
amazing.
ask them what they like first.
Yeah, I know. And he works with them and stuff. But anyway, I notice where I'm just like, I don't want to be put in a box. I don't want him to say you're 51. And so, because that's what he says to a lot of people, like you're not dressing your age. I'm like, well, what does that mean? There's a way I'm supposed to dress? There's a 51-year-old way to dress? Not for me. I'm not following that rule if there is. Um,
Jean is saying that should be on a bumper sticker. I'm so done with Spanx, a philosophy for life. Oh, Christine says, what are Spanx? Christine, Spanx are these really, really tight. It's almost like the thickest pair of pantyhose you've ever worn. They only go like mid thigh. They go all the way up to the bottom of your bra. And it's like this really tight,
it's a
suffocating
girdle.
girdle. And Gloria says Spanx no more. Anybody else who is done with Spanx in every way, give us a no more Spanx in the comments, please. Come
I've
on.
never gone that far. I've never had Spanx. Um, I thought about getting a boob job at one point in my life and talked myself out of it for this exact reason. I'm like, it's not me, it's fake. I don't want to be fake. Um, Not that there's anything wrong with it. I know a lot of
No.
people that have done it and gives them more self-confidence, and that's awesome. And it probably would give me more self-confidence. It would, because I have a lot of um, you know, self what do you call them? Self-conscious about my body. Um, After like nursing two kids and stuff. That's when I decided I thought a boob job might be a good idea. Like, I don't want anybody to see my body after nursing two kids. But anyway, I talked myself out of it. And I guess that's why I've never even considered Spanx. It's never even crossed my mind. But
And that's the thing, Amy, that's if we could all just appreciate our own beauty. I mean, if somebody wants a boob job, that's great. People want to age gracefully, age naturally. If people want to fight it every step of the way, whatever any of us wants to do is perfect. And, I think we, as women, we can get real judgy if someone's doing things differently than we did. I don't know how many people went out of their minds when I said I was going to go let my hair go gray. You can't do that. But just we all have to let each other just express ourselves. These bodies aren't who we are. This is our vehicle. This is our kind of, we adorn it with what makes us feel comfortable. And that's really cool, no matter what it is.
mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, Linda had somebody contact her and ask for advice about like how do you even like leave your house with gray hair? Like how? I mean, it's really sad how self-conscious we are and how much it actually stops us in our lives. I mean, this is a whole other topic that we'll do on another forum live session, but again, like, as far as tonight's topic, there are no rules. Like, we've also been taught that we're supposed to not look like we're aging as much as possible. What is that? Such a weird thing, but it's something that we've obviously been taught, whether consciously or unconsciously, our whole lives by airbrush magazines and whatnot, that having wrinkles or gray hair or love handles or what flab on your arms or whatever is like unacceptable. Who made up that rule? Where the hell did that come from?
Older women are absolutely so gorgeous to me. They are so gorgeous. Um, I love when the wisdom and the beauty that comes through when we do get softer, when we do get laugh lines and smile lines and gray hair. And I love it all. It's actually stunning.
Mhm. Well, and it's like I always say, it's a miracle that I've even lived this long, considering everything I've done and been through in my life. So to try to like, I just celebrate. My age is a celebration, as far as
Amen.
I'm concerned. You know, it's not something to be ashamed of. The, you know, it's an accomplishment. You know that I've.
Gloria says she let her hair grow gray too. Now she's growing it out. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. I mean, like I had to do a lot to get to this age. Just, you know, when I think about like what I've had to do to like honor my body, that wasn't easy, like, you know, giving up alcohol as an alcoholic and drugs and cigarettes, like all the stuff, like literally, like if I didn't start taking care of myself, I wouldn't be here. And so I've had guys come up to me, like even in Mexico. I don't know if I showed you the video, Linda, of this girl. I took Ava's friend with us to spring break, and we went to Mexico. She did her little accent to make fun of this guy that like came up to me on the street, and in her little way he said something like, you're beautiful, but I could do so much for you. And he wanted to like put some face cream on me or whatever, and I'm like, I don't want your face cream. Like, this is what a 51-year-old face is supposed to look like.
Amen,
Leave me
baby.
alone, you know, like, but it's so weird to me. It's like, here's this like 20-year-old Mexican man that wants to make my face look different.
Mm.
Like there's something wrong with it. It's weird.
It's really
So,
weird.
to try to like, I just celebrate.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to mute my. I was trying to respond to Gloria and I unmuted the Facebook thing. So sorry, Gloria. I'll respond to you in a minute. You're a sweetheart. Um, sorry about that, Aim.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I had a really, really good, healthy, amazing friend of mine die at 41 years old of an appendicitis. Like we all know somebody who almost died of appendicitis, but she actually did. Perfectly healthy. Just thought it was the flu and stayed in bed, and she never got to have wrinkles. She never got to have a hot flash. She never got to go through any of this stuff. She never got to be 54, 55. She never got to do any of it. And so I know what a gift it is.
Mm-hmm. My mom never got to.
Yep.
My mom died in a car accident when she was 43. And I remember the day I turned 43 was weird. The day I turned 44 was even weirder. I'm like, I'm older than my mom ever got to be.
Yeah.
Every day is a gift. And, you know, again, like we get so caught up in the rules and the restrictions and the ideals of society that we forget that every day is a gift and that we're a gift from God that's unique and beautiful just the way we are in every way. And that for anybody to tell us differently, that we should dress differently or behave differently or dye our hair differently or run our business differently or whatever is it's it's not anybody's business. And it's what were we saying earlier today, Linda, about when you're not authentic, something about like the dead weight of inauthenticity or
It's dead weight. It's suffering. It's
yeah,
suffering. It's nothingness. You're being no one. You're not here. You're not living. I mean, you might be here. If someone took a picture of you, they could say, yeah, you're here, but you're not here.
Yeah, and that's what happens when we try to follow rules or expectations, whether it's society or our family. You know, like I'm the black sheep of my family. I didn't like go down the successful businesswoman path like my siblings did, and I've always been kind of a troublemaker or whatever. But in any case, that has nothing to do with anything. Saying this because the rules are created by our family, our friends, and society. A lot of times they're made up in our head. Like, my family loves me anyway. even though I don't follow any rules. So, you know, a lot of times in our heads, we think we're going to be not liked if we don't conform or whatever. And it's not even actually true. So, but it is the expectations that we think others have of us are what cause us to think we have to follow rules, and they're what cause us to be inauthentic. And then we go through our lives like the Walking Dead, never really doing the things we really want to do because we're afraid what other people might think about us.
Yeah, we just, we have a membership community where we do coaching. We have a different monthly topic, and our one that we're just finishing up now is Light Up the World. It's stop living beyond the constraints of worrying about what other people think. And I think this was a huge part of my whole, it came at the perfect time for so many of us. And just coming to know that most of the time we're worried about what other people think. We're worried that other people are judging us the way we're judging us. But I really got to see for the whole month how often, even in little ways, we do this, or we should show up in an inauthentic way, or where you know, even if you're getting ready in the morning and you're going to be with a certain person, you might wear a certain outfit that you think sort of like them. Like, how often we're in other people's heads in order to be liked, when the truth is, if we're not being completely authentic, we cannot possibly be liked. We cannot possibly be respected, because nobody knows who we are. Mm-hmm. Mostly in our head. Yep, Gloria. And imagine living life. Imagine getting up tomorrow and not worrying about being judged by anyone, not having that influence any decision you make, anywhere you go. How differently we would show up. I don't think we realize the magnitude of how that shapes us in different parts of our lives. So it was a really cool month in there to do this work with these women.
Yeah. And when we do the work, that's when sometimes we get knocked down, but then we have a huge breakthrough. I'm sure it's one of the reasons why we just went through the cooker like we did, because we're doing the work, you know, and this is not easy work. Like showing up here, watching a thing about how there are no rules, and then like, you know, just go back to your life and like this was entertaining and that's easy. But to actually like apply it to your life is not easy. None of this is easy. It's so rewarding, but for most of us, it requires like getting out of our comfort zones. So that's never easy. But what's on the other side of that is just, I wouldn't trade it for anything. And
nothing too exciting happens in the comfort zone area.
No.
You know, I'm always reminding people that they say that we all, people generally, humanity generally lives the same day over and over again after the age of 22.
Yeah.
Like that.
No thanks.
Scares the crap out of me. But you can see how where we've all done it in certain ways. We can see how you know, we think the same thoughts. We do the same things. We don't step out of the comfort zone. We've confused familiarity with safety. And it's not. It's the opposite. It's stagnation. That's not safety.
If we're not growing, we're dying.
Yep.
And, you know, some people are fine with just survival mode, just going through the motions, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like the work that we're doing here is for people that are not okay with that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying you can't show up here and just watch stuff and change nothing. You totally can. And if we inspire you in the smallest way, awesome. But, you know, there's also support for you here if you're really ready to go big.
Yeah, we just begun.
Yeah. So
we just had to release our own inner blocks first. So it is all perfect timing.
Yeah. So thanks for letting us be vulnerable and real with you tonight and transparent. We're always going to be that way. if you didn't know, because I know we have a lot of new people in here, and whether you're on or if you're gonna be watching the replay or whatever, you may not know this since you're just finding out about us now, but we have a website where we've posted several blog posts. I think we have 5 parts so far where we've just been kind of posting videos and documentation of our journey since we started, and then She Shines. And the reason we're doing that is because, like, we're doing the work while we're getting our work out into the world. Like, we're doing it, and we want to share it with you in case there's anything that we do that could either shorten a learning curve for you about something, like we talk about opening bank accounts and starting an LLC and all that kind of stuff, like just the different processes that we've had to go through to follow our hearts basically and start this company. And it's been, it's a roller coaster ride. It's exciting, and it's great to feel on purpose and like we're making a difference. And on the other hand, it's scary and there's a lot of unknown and whatever. So we're trying to just be as transparent as we can about all of it. And we have, if you're interested in following along, what we shared with you tonight is another part of our journey. But if you're interested in following along, just go to our blog, which is on the And Then She Shines website, and then sheshines.com. And just go to the blog and you'll see they all say like part 1, part 2, part 3. And you don't have to even watch them in order. They don't have to be watched in order, but we are trying to document the roller coaster ride for you guys because we just want to be real, because this is the stuff that we're experiencing is stuff that we all experience in some way, shape, or form. You might not be starting a company, but maybe you're, writing a book, or maybe you're trying to end a relationship or whatever. Like we're all going through a lot of the same emotions and a lot of the same stuff in some way. So we thought by just being real and transparent about it, maybe it'll make a difference for somebody. So that's our hope, and that's why we're sharing our painful experience that we just shared with you tonight. And I really hope that it made a difference in some way. We'd love to know. So if anything that we said tonight made a difference for you, drop a comment, let us know. We're going to be doing these live sessions every week, like we said. So we have lots of amazing topics we're going to be covering. If you have a topic request, put those in the comments too, because we're here to serve, and we want to talk about the things that you want to hear from us about. So thank you again for being here with us live and for cheering us on. I see lots of clapping hands from Gloria.
Comments up here. I can't even take it.
Yeah. Yeah, we really, I'm going to get emotional now, but like every time we read, just so you know this, every time we read the comments that you women leave in this Facebook group and any of the posts that we have in there, and any of the comment threads, like you have no idea how many times a day we're moved to tears by who you are and what you're committed to doing in your lifetime, who you're committed to being, and how brave you are, and how beautiful you are in every way. So I want you to know that we're moved by every single one of you. So, and you don't have to comment, you can be completely invisible in this Facebook group too, if that's more comfortable for you. We never want you to feel like you have to leave a comment or you have to, there's nothing that you have to do. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. But we do want you to know that we do see all of your messages, and they move us more than you can possibly imagine. So thank you so much for all of your kind words.
First of all, I have to say, Gloria, you did not talk too much. You are just outpouring of love here tonight, and there's no apologies for that. All of you have just said such great things. But what I want to leave you guys with is I want this to be the place where you come when you forget your worth, when you need to be reminded, when you need love, when you 24/7. I want this to be the place that you come to find friends and a group of women who are going to hold you to the mark, to the truth of your splendor. And we will never let you forget it. That's what we want here. And Then She Shines is going to be a worldwide platform that raises women up. And we are going to make a difference in our own lives. We are going to make a difference for our daughters. We are going to make a difference across this world. And we're gonna ride the wave. So I thank you guys for being here. Gloria says I forget almost every day. Well, we're going to make it pretty soon. It's going to be every other day. And then after that, it's going to be twice a week. And we're all doing this together. We really are. We all forget. And there's really not a lot of places to go to have a community, a tribe that his mission is to help you remember. Well, now there is. So pretty proud to be spearheading that. And we're just leading it. It takes, Amy and I are just putting it out there for everybody else to come in and belong to this mission too.
We love you so much.
Love you guys.
And again, feel free to share this Facebook group with any or all of the women in your life. Everybody is welcome here. And we are grateful to have every single one of you here. And we will be doing these right here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here in this Facebook group. And we look forward to seeing you be part of this party every week with us. So we will be talking to you really soon. Linda, do you have anything else?
Nope. Just thank you and believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Tomorrow when you get up, believe in everything that you do. Believe in yourself. Because we do. And we'll see you. There's so much more to come here. All these core members just mean so much to me right now. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Linda.
I love you guys.
We'll talk to you soon.